Hello and welcome to the Robo Samurai channel, and today I'm going to be bringing you a couple of figures that are basically the same. A little unboxing on one, the other one's just already out, as you can tell. So these are from New Age. They are the part of their Legendary Heroes line, and we have Security Hawk and Medic ER, or I don't know. And you can see it's already out of the box. The other one isn't, so we'll be unboxing it and kind of just showing it off. And there's the front of the very G1 kind of looking packaging. You can kind of see the side here, and then there's the back, and you can see the little cliff jumper here. And here's the top of the box, and it's the bottom of the box. Not much else to say about the box, although I do like the deco on it. Yeah, what did he come with? He comes with all this great stuff. He comes with his weapon. He comes with hands as well. So we can kind of take a look at that. There we go. So he comes with this gun here, and that's pretty cool. He also comes with the regular closed hands. That's what you see here, and they're not installed. Usually they're just out like that. So although I believe you can just leave them in here when you transform them, and I'll show you that when I transform Ironhide, essentially Hawk. So yeah, and then we also have this sled here. It does not transform at all. It comes with you get this gun here, you get this right here. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing that rolls in this. This is not transformed whatsoever. This little blue piece actually is not even glued in or anything like that. So it actually was a little loose like that. See, so, and I don't know if that's on purpose. Can we use these holes for anything? No, we cannot. So I might just put a little bit of adhesive in there and call it a day with that. But so you've got that. This is the little gun that fits in there. Will he hold this gun? Yes, he will. He will hold this gun just greatly. If you like that, then that's cool. Let's go on ahead and put this here because that's where it's going to go. And then he has this right here. This has some articulation, and you can, well, a little bit. And this missile is fixed, so you can't do much with it there. And then you can also see here, it's got the little peg, and the peg fits down in here. And that's where it was sitting when I was showing it off there. So you can put those there. You can also store all the other accessories that I have here. Let's show those off, and then we'll go on a little bit more with the sled. So he has these two effects. There's two of them. And he does not have a piece. I think Ironhide over here actually has a jetpack. He does not have the jetpack, and I don't think it's not packed in on purpose. Maybe it isn't, and maybe I'm missing it in mine. I did have a factory sealed one here, so this is a very nice set. These are not hard plastic, kind of soft. So, but that's cool. What can you do with them? Well, you can plug them in his feet. There are some holes, you can plug those there. It's not like that and that, but outside of that, for him, there's not much else you can do with these. So at least not for a Ratchet. And then these do spin, but they don't detach. Well, do they? No, they don't detach. They're kind of just in there. So we got those two effects here. You also get this little I'm going to call this this is Ratchet's little fix-em torch. This is when, so if he's going to work on a patient, you can take that and then stick that into his hand, and then he can kind of repair Optimus Prime. He can repair any of the other Autobots, if they need anything at all, and you can just take that out. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll go ahead and close this up. So there's that. So and then he has two hands that are open as well, so you get that option, and they kind of have their own little swivel, so he can wave. No, but that's so one each, so you get two of these. All of these will store here on the sled, so you could put the hands here, which only looks a little weird. Let's see here. I'm going ahead and plug these in here, and then you can put these here, the little effects, just to store them. and then you can put his little fix-em torch, and then there's his gun, and pretty much it's standard gun, like you're used to seeing in the cartoon, the movie, and all that other stuff. So, and he holds them just great. So that's what we got going on with him. So let's go ahead and talk about this figure itself, and we'll talk a little bit about Ironhide in a minute here. So, since the wrists themselves are detachable, they offer they do fit nice in here. But they offer kind of a nice swivel action, so you can do that. The arms will go all the way up. They will go all the way around, and then all the way back, of course. And then he's got an elbow bend right here, double jointed, so he's got excellent range of motion. He does have an ab crunch like that, so yeah, pretty good ab crunch, but you kind of gotta have to move this a little bit out of the way. And then he has the waist swivel as well, and you can move these, both of these. His legs will move all the way out for the nice splits, and pretty much either way, so that's really nice. He also has knee bend, double jointed, so he gets pretty much a nice range of motion there. Thigh swivel all the way around, and then he also has this here, ankle tilt, no toe tilt, just ankle tilt though. Okay, and we can take a look at him from the back. You can kind of see that's what he looks like there. It's a pretty neat little package, works out pretty well. Let's see here. Let's take a look at his head. His head, yeah, it's pretty accurate. I like it. And I think this is yep, that's a ball joint. So yeah, so he can do a pretty decent range of motion here, all the way around. And then he can look up, he can look kind of downish. And yeah, so there's Ratchet, or as they call him, ER, or if you want to pronounce that, whatever. So there he is there. So yeah, that's kind of like the whole set here. Let me go on ahead and unbox Hawk from security here. Go on ahead and cut this open, and we can kind of do a little comparison. Oh, it's already open. Haha. All right, so let's go ahead and get this out. Oh, crap. I don't keep these boxes, by the way. A lot of these boxes I don't wind up keeping. Although, if you wanted to, you could store this away, and that would look really good. So, okay. So, let's go on ahead and get him out. And you can see, oh, this is actually this clamshell here. And he's got his sled. And he has his effects right there. And then he has his, I don't know, the thing you can fit on his back. And then here is Ironhide in his vehicle mode. And there's a QC pass. You can tell I never opened it. Well, maybe you would assume that. Let me take that off. I don't want it on there. There. All right. And then we can close this up. There we go. And put this away here, and we'll talk a little bit about this bag of goodies he comes with. All right, so by the way, if we haven't looked, we have the back of the box. It's Optimus Prime and him. It's basically the New Age version of this, of Optimus Prime, and then Hawk, as it were. Yeah, I like the packaging on it. Looks really good. And there's top, the bottom, side. So, and of course, he does come with his instructions, and I don't think this is going to be any different than the instructions I have sitting over here. Yeah, just pretty much tells you how to transform it, and then, of course, the instructions are also here in the QR codes, either on YouTube or whatever this is here. All right, so let's take a look at these accessories. When I put those aside, because I think he has a couple other accessories that are swappable with Ratchet here. Let's see here. I'm going to dump this out. Okay, so, and then of course, you see the hands are on sprues, so you have to cut those off. And then there's this one here. And yeah, so you're going to have to cut those off. Or you can just sit here and twist them off. I don't think it's going to kill if you just twist these off. So, and then you're left with this nice little piece of plastic. No, it's not nice. It's just in the way. So he's got a couple of other options that Ratchet doesn't have. Here's the same thing here. He has this, right? And he has these two pieces, which you can plug on in. And I'm just going to do that now. And we're going to do a little bit more comparison there. And then he has, of course, his gun, which I plugged into the same spot here. Let's see here, into this hole. You can see, yeah, it's taking shape. And then he has, you've got your other two hands here. I'm not going to break these off because I want to cut them clean off of the thing here. So as you can see, they're kind of right on top of, they're right on the hand itself, so I want to cut those clean. So those will just sit over here. And then, of course, we did talk about his hands. We'll use those in a minute. But here's a couple other accessories that the other one didn't have, and that's, of course, this jetpack. And I might be missing it for him. I don't know. But it probably will fit on him just fine. There's a slot back here, and you can kind of put that right there. And then you can take You can take these two here and plug them in there. And there we go. There's Rocket Pack with rocket effects. So, but of course, this is for Ironhide, so we're not going to steal his thunder. Let's do that. Well, we kind of maybe already did, didn't we? Okay, so, but he does have this other, he's got this little tool here. That's Ironhide, and then this thing here, which I guess in one of those episodes it shot some kind of like sticky glue out or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the vehicle mode, and this is what the vehicle mode looks like, and it's kind of cute, chibi. It looks chibi to me. Very short. I like the paint job and the way it looks here. It's very cool. It's nice and shiny, yeah, and it does roll very nicely, and so does Ratchet over here as well. So let's go on ahead, let's get this transformed, and I'm not going to transform Ratchet again, but yeah, let's go on ahead and do this. So the first thing I do when I transform this guy is I go in here, and there's, you're going to kind of get your finger underneath here. Because you want to flip this out. These don't, they kind of lock in, but you want to kind of, I put my fingernail in there, flip that out. Do the same thing here. I found out that it's just easier to do it that way. So I'm going to open those up that way. And then these will fold all the way forward, thusly. And I go on ahead and close these down here. Just like that, okay? And then the next thing we want to do is I'm going to take this off here, and open these just like that. Do the same thing here, and we'll unpin that. And then let's see here, what else? What's next? Excuse me, guys. Okay, so we're going to flip these up here, just like that. Whoops, I think is it like that? Okay. I think it's like this. Oh, actually, these are the ones here. We flip these up this way so that these were here. We want to flip them up this way. Kind of trying to follow the directions here just so we can kind of stay consistent there. Now, once we open these up, we can go on ahead and fold these back on top of themselves. So the wheels should be like that. Okay, and then the next thing we want to do is we're going to take this here, and we're going to take these out, I think we're going to take these out. Nope, we're going to leave that. Is it this here? Yeah, these here. So we're going to flip these out, and if you look here, you want to grab it by, like, right, see where that yellow light is right there? So we grab that, and we're going to pull this over and out. So it almost wants to come undone right there. So so there we have that. And then we're going to take these, flip these out here, okay? And then the next thing we want to do is we're going to work on these legs. So the first thing we're going to do is going to take, I believe we're going to go like this, and we're just going to move them this way, okay? And I think, let's see here. Yeah, there's no real tabbing here, so you're just going to hold these there like that. And then these here are going to fold down, and you see these tabs are going to go into those slots right there. So 2 slots and 2 tabs. So we're going to close those down, and there. Give it a nice push so it's kind of secure. Same thing on this side there. And you can go ahead and split these legs apart thusly, and then you're going to take this and fold this back down and fold this out. Do the same thing here. Fold down, fold down. There we go. Now we have his legs set. There they are. And really not quite, almost there. To fully get this done, you want to turn these legs, I believe, this way. Let's see here, actually. All right, so you want them to be like this, so that when you do the knee bend, it does that. So you're only going to turn them this far. You want to hold on to the thigh when you do it, and then turn this the rest of the way, so that his knees should look like that. Okay. All right. So now we got that done. The next thing we're going to do is we have to open up this right here. Just open this up, and then we're going to take this, open this up, and fold it to the back. And then we're going to take these arms, and we're going to pull them all the way to the top, right here on out. And then we want to flip this piece down. Okay, and that'll form his the bottom part of his abs there. And I think we're going to be opening this up next. So you open this here. Ooh, let's see here. Did I do that right? Yeah. All right. There we go. Open this up. All right. See, yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. So you want to take this. I forgot. Open up the vent, the front of the car, separate it out from the windshield. Pull this out. Pull the windshield out, and then you're going to flip his head out. Turn it around. Get it into the front position here. And then we're going to close this back up. So I'm going ahead and push that back down there. Close this here. And that should do it, I believe. Right there. Okay. And then we're going to take this, and I believe, is it this way? I think we're going to take this, and then see how there's a slide right here? It's hard to see, but you want to slide this back, down like that. So, and I think it snaps a bit. Yeah, not quite. Don't try to push it too hard if you're working on it like that. So, so we're going to fold this back down here, and then this here, we're going to bring these pieces back to form the side. So there's one there, and there's one there. And now let's work on the rest of the arms here. Let's move these over here. Give it a turn. Do the same thing on this side. Give it a turn. There we go. And just to show you, yeah, this is the correct one. See, so you could leave these in here and transform around them. So I'm gonna put his hand. I'm gonna put his wrist right there. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. I'll put this one in a minute, but you can kind of see how that works out there. So we want to push this. This is on a. If you look, there's a little slide mechanism. It's kind of hard to see because it won't focus properly. But you're gonna push this back. Okay, and then we're going to. I think it was like this. All right, and then let's see here. And this is where I kind of, okay, there it is. All right, so reference real quick. Here we go. Fold it out, and then we're going to take this, and we want to turn this all the way to the back here. Forgot about that. And then we want to take this, move it all the way to this side, so that you have, and then move this, slide this around. So that lines up with this. And then we're going to close this here so that that tabs into the other side of his arm. So go like that, and there, just like that. And then you can go on ahead and adjust his arm, turn it this way, and that is how your arm transforms. And I'll show it to you on this side here. So without the wrist in place, you want to turn it this way, all the way around. Oops, actually, turn it around this way from the back side, and make sure that this is slid over here. I think that's how that works. And then, yeah, go like this, fold it up and on top. Make sure that this is turned the correct way too. There it is there. And then you're going to tab that into this, and that's the arm. So, and we can give him all sorts of great things. We'll go on ahead and give him his goo shooter, or whatever this thing is, this glue shooter. So there we go. And that is Ironhide in his robot mode, or Hawk in his robot mode. And, you know, for what it's worth, these are really good. Now, if you look underneath here, you can see that it's kind of like not smooth and not finished, but I think that they did a good job with this regardless. So, you know, I think that this looks really good. And let's take a quick close look at that head sculpt. And yeah, it looks really neat. Very, very cartoon accurate, you know. I do like that quite a bit. And then here is the rocket pack that Ironhide comes with. So we can go on ahead and plug that in here. And you can have that kind of look going for him. And yeah, that looks really good. Or you know, which it's kind of interesting, because I think in that episode, which is I think like one of the pilot episodes, he has a thing that comes out of his back, and it's this thing. So, you know, you could have him flying like this and shooting the missile from his back. So, but yeah, anyway, that's what we got going on with them. I'm going ahead and give him his wrist, his proper wrist here. Oh goodness, let's make sure that doesn't slide too far. Anyway, yeah, these are excellent little figures. I'm just going to say that because, you know, they did a really good job with these, and they look like not only do they look really good, but they're very much very articulate, and I love the way that they transform. You know, they have a lot of I just love the way that these things look. They're just a very nice representation of these characters. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I would highly recommend these, and I picked these up from Toy Dojo. So if you want to, you can go over to their website, but I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. But it is a really cool store to pick up some of the stuff. There are other retailers that have it as well, maybe on pre-order. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'll talk to you guys next time.